Zhang is the president and chief economist at Pinpoint Asset Management in Hong Kong.
Yeah, I think it's very important, right? So it provides a legal framework to protect the private entrepreneurs. I think, if in the past there were cases where, say, somebody posted nasty comments about a particular private company and damage the reputation of those company, and it's hard to proceed and ask for compensation for those kind of behavior. Now, under the current framework, I think we'll probably see a lot of lawsuits down the road for that kind of a behavior if that happens. So there are real consequences and real protection provided to the private entrepreneurs.
I want to talk to you about the timing, because it's been in the works for many, many months, but of course it's coming into effect within this swirl of tariffs, tensions. Does that make a difference?
It does. I think the trade war, that risk of external tension probably make this particular piece of legislation more urgent. Usually it takes a long time for a law like this to get passed, but this particular piece got approved much faster, and I think the trade war is certainly one factor in play. The other thing is probably the case of DeepSeek that really made it clear that the private entrepreneurs can make a big difference in terms of innovation and boosting productivity. And I think that made the leadership probably have even stronger conviction that this law need to be passed quickly.
What we know so far is it's about changing the approach so that private enterprises are treated more similarly to state-owned enterprises. So let's talk a little bit about how it works, because there are still things like financing and market access. Those barriers, they still need to be considered, don't they?
Absolutely. I think that's one important part of the law that people have been talking about. Different treatment for private entrepreneurs and state-owned enterprises in the past for many, many years. Now this piece of legislation will help to sort of guarantee that there's a equal treatment, access to credit, access to the market, and I think that will open many opportunities for private entrepreneurs. We'll see. I think in the next few years we'll probably see real progress in that front.
You're talking about what happens in China as a place to do business. What signal do you think that this law does? What signal does it give to the rest of the world?
Yeah, I think this send a signal that the leadership now understand the importance of the private sector, that they need real legal protection, and so that they can play a bigger role consistently for the years to come, particularly in areas where the state-owned enterprises probably have limitations. I think this is opening up the market to the private entrepreneurs, as well as I think for foreign investment. I think down the road, just general better environment for doing business for the private sector will also benefit the foreign investment.